at what you just heard. Have they denied anything, any of our elements that we must prove? No, they have not. The city stated that you've heard inconsistent statements, but there has been plenty of consistent statements in this trial. There's consistent that Officer Bond was jealous of Larry Kane. There's consistency that he had an abuse of power. He was a power mongrel. He specifically has shown through his own testimony and the chief of police's testimony that there was a policy for no solo days. He wasn't even supposed to be on the scene on July 4th or on July 6th. And that if he had followed the policy, the official policy, none of this would have happened. And the defense kept saying about how they had an official policy that this was not supposed to happen. But just because you have a policy saying not to do something doesn't mean you're off the hook. You have to not condone that. You have to reprimand someone for violating that policy. And she specifically stated that she never reprimanded anybody for violating that policy, even though she intentionally and deliberately knew that it was going on. She knew that officers were going out on solo days. She knew that people had personal firearms, even though that was absolutely against their official policy. But yet, she's the chief of police. So, in order for us to show that the city is liable, we have to show that they established, maintained, or condoned a pattern, practice, or policy of deliberate indifference. This was a pattern. This was a practice. She specifically stated that people always violated that policy. Yes, she did not reprimand anybody. And the only person she did reprimand, which was incidentally after somebody had gotten shot and put in the hospital, she fired Lieutenant McCardle, who was her supervisor, but yes, she promoted Officer Bond, who was the actual perpetrator in this incident. He was the one who intentionally violated continuously that policy. He was the one who came to the incident of the scene with a personal firearm. He was promoted. The supervisor was fired. That is not consistent, ladies and gentlemen, and we have proven our burden to show that there is a pattern of condoning in this case. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You've heard the testimony before you and heard the example today. And this time I'm going to read you a very long and lengthy set of jury instructions. And thank you. If you aren't already practically crazy, it's what you already are. So, I'm not going to read those to you, but that's what will happen in a real trial. I will give you a long list of jury instructions and give those to you, and then let you retire into the jury room. And if you'd like to retire into the jury room and take a vote real quickly amongst yourselves, what you think ought to happen here, whether you think the city is liable, whether you think Officer Bond is liable, and if you do, tell us how much you think each should be awarded damages, how much Mr. King should be awarded damages against either or both. You want to do that real quick, or is that okay with you?
Is it okay if I take the exhibit again?
The times that are
Give them the verdict so we can pick one, Your Honor.
You thought this was a game, huh? 3 o'clock. How she go? You think they gonna play?